routes,
right? But
to
it's the
attack
same
a particular
thing.
defense. But yes, exactly.
I mean, this is it. There's no other I was trying to figure this out. You've got that post-in thing, which is
nobody's running behind the quarterback.
Up, down. I mean, you can only go so many different directions.
That's what I'm saying.
Good job, John
So they're all
Jay.
called. So you just get more intricate with your post-in, your post-outs, right?
A little bit. I mean, there's a few
Just
little.
say
Don't
yes.
simplify the offense, man. That is an algebra
he's
problem.
making this out to be like.
Is
the
it hard?
NFL is 7th grade or 7-year-old football.
I don't think he respects
it's a
your
little
gig,
more
dude.
complicated than that. But
This coach is pretty hard. If you talk, he makes you do push-ups. That's just like the NFL, right? Do they make you do that?
Yes.
If you disrespect the coach, whatever, do they make you run
Bear
around?
walk, Warner.
In the middle of meetings, we got to do push-ups if we get in trouble.
So
Or
then
they
you
hit us with a ruler.
I kind of
with
thought of them as
over
like
the
Top
hands.
Gun, and they're getting ready to, invade a country, and they've got the big board over there.
Pretty hardcore.
during commercial, would it be easy for you to hammer out a play? Then I'll give to the coach. Say, hey, Kurt Warner did this. You can't.
I could, yeah, but
Is it hard to do?
no, it's easy to do, but it depends on what they're able to do. I could give them a lot of plays, but yeah, I could do that.
So I thought, okay, just wondered.
What are you gonna
Sideline. Do
You
a
gonna steal
sideline
the
sweep.
idea though, and say, "Hey,
Here's
hey,
mine.
coach, I was at work today, and I was just thinking
Just
about some
doodling.
football plays. I think this would be really good for the kids. You could try to throw this in this week."
Now you want to talk football?
Yes. What do you got?
Brenda, what do you got?
what do
I
you
watched
need?
football. Cam Newton. I watched him.
Tell me what you
You
thought.
can't
what-
just say a name and have that as like a
What
badge of
record did
knowing
he
about
break,
stuff.
John Jay? What record did
I know
Cam
exactly what
Newton-
record he broke.
Good.
He for the most passes, no, the most yards for a rookie quarterback. What's up? High
the
five
first
right
game,
now.
right?
Right?
Debut.
Yeah. Very
I got
good.
a problem with him though.
Oh,
I don't like the
course.
teal. I think they should. I don't like those colors.
That's
at
not
all.
his fault.
But I like
Blame it on the
Cardinals.
rookie.
I like
See
the
if you can
Cardinals
get the
cover.
team colors changed
You know, he
since you
doesn't-
just broke a record.
He doesn't pick his uniform before he goes out.
Oh, here's a question. My wife and I were asking. Every game, do you get a new uniform?
No. We
So
have,
if it gets stained with blood or grass, you're
they
responsible.
wash it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's a crazy concept, but they wash those as well.
I just thought that
But
guy
no,
knew it. I thought that.
No, every year they usually have new jerseys and such where we might get our jerseys at the end of the year. But for the most part, no, we don't get new.
So every year you get
uniforms.
like 2 jerseys?
Well, I mean, we have one of each color, and then they always have backups. And so a lot of times when you leave or you retire or whatever, you can take those jerseys. with
What if you crack a helmet? Do you get a new one right away?
Yes. No.
They have a backup helmet there?
Oh, yeah.
With the number 13 in the back?
I don't know if it has. I would assume, but
Oh,
yeah,
should have
everybody,
one. You retired,
everybody
man.
has,
Should have one just
everybody
walking
has a
around.
backup in
I mean,
case
that's all I
something
got for
happens to it. Yes,
So
I'm
people
out.
always ask you who's going to win the
that's
Super
all
Bowl.
you got. Do
You
they
like Tom
wash
Brady's
the
hair?
uniforms, or they give you new ones every week?
I like Tom Brady's hair.
That was your football
Ooh.
talk. So
Yeah.
who?
I think it's
Instead
cool.
of telling us who's going to win the Super Bowl, who's going to tank it this year? Who are you like? Oh my God, they're in huge trouble already after week 1. Who are you the most worried about?
The most worried about.
Who's your pick for the first pick in the draft?
You know, and I probably shouldn't say this because my buddy's the coach, but I'm worried for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Curtis.
As much as I love Coach Haley, they've got a tough schedule. They got beat really bad.
They
in
got
week
injuries
1.
too, right?
And they suffered a couple key injuries. I think them and I think the Giants might be in trouble with all the injuries they've got. So those are the two teams that, based on expectations from last year, that may be disappointing years.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Did you think that too? Is that
yeah, yeah.
Is that what you would have said?
I'm
John Jay doesn't know where Kansas City is.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I tried to watch
We lost
yesterday. I'm so confused by the whole football schedule. Pick a day and play football.
Well,
There's so
I
many
mean,
of them.
they're kicking it off, so they're trying to reinvigorate.
Yeah, usually there's only Sunday and Monday, John Jay. So only 2 days a
Thursday,
week.
dude.
Thursday was, like he said, just the kickoff game. We don't do Thursday night games until at least halfway through the season. Then another network gets involved, and the NFL Network, which
What
I
about
work
you?
for, get the Thursday night games.
When do you start doing the games and stuff?
Well,
don't you-
I'm doing the show. I'm on game day morning. So every Sunday morning on NFL Network from 6 to 10 here Pacific time, I am on in studio doing the work. But I'm actually not covering games like I did last year where I'm going to the city and calling the games like you would hear on TV.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that this year. Too much
Who are
time.
those guys? I know one of the guys who you were up there with was on Dancing with the Stars, but I don't know who the other guys were. They should explain who those
Oh, you're
guys
talking
are.
about the guys I work with? Warren Sapp, Michael
That
Irvin.
guy. I know
Michael
that guy.
Irvin, they were both on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, okay, but there was other guys on there too.
Marshall
Marshall
Fox.
Falk.
But he wasn't Dancing with the Stars.
No.
But
He's
he
just a
played
badass.
with me in,
Those aren't
in
the only
St.
guys you're
Louis.
with.
No, Rich Eisen, who's the host, and then Steve Mariucci, who's used to be a coach, Marshall.
See, they should explain that. I don't know. I'm a first-time football watcher, and I don't know who
They
these guys
should
are.
explain who they are.
Don't you think they should qualify who they are?
Well,
Give their
if you're
like,
watching if you're watching the NFL channel and you're watching a football show and you're looking at 3 Hall of Fame players, most people know who they are.
I don't know
And-
that they're Hall of Fame. Rich Eisen is a Hall of Fame player.
No,
he's a
the
broadcaster.
host.
Oh.
There's always a host, and then there's
Come on, I don't know.
Okay, if you
Don't tell me you guys
if you
know
turned
what
on
I'm
an entertainment show,
The people are
and
mocking
they
you through the
introduced
window.
somebody and you didn't know who they were, what would you do?
What-
You
okay,
would Google them. You would get
No.
online and you would figure out who they are and what they're all about. Do the same thing for these football players.
What did
and
I
that's
say
how you
when
would
your
learn.
wife walked in? Author. I explained who she's author.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I said,
Title.
right?
Yes.
Right. So when the other guys that are on there, they should say football player.
They actually did that for Chad Pennington. They showed his
should
highlight
say
reel.
Football player.
well, whatever.
Here's our
Before he
football
got
experts say football
MVP
players.
player. You know,
They do at the beginning of the show. They introduce everybody, and
Oh, I didn't
they
see
all
that.
won Super Bowls, and 2 of them were in the Hall of Fame, and so they actually did throughout the show. They explained how great these guys
Maybe
were.
you drift in and out and paying attention to
It's a
things.
long show. We were on the
occasionally.
show. We're on the air for 4 hours, so. You know,
No, let's watch it. I
mean,
thought you
can't
looked
even,
great.
You can't even watch a full game. So
I
I know
know,
you didn't
I know.
watch a
I'm
4-hour
trying.
show. So maybe you missed. Maybe you missed the introduction.
Why are
Have
people-
you told anybody about how you left at halftime?
I try
Has
not to talk about it. Apparently it's
could
not a
you
good
tell
thing.
everybody? Just tell,
not a good
Kurt Super Bowl.
Just tell
Kurt
everybody.
Super Bowl. His
I
third
mean,
Super
'cause
Bowl, by the way.
It's such a beautiful story. I mean, you know, you have friends that got you tickets and got you to the game. And
Didn't
it's,
we get them?
it's the first.
They were on the kids' jet.
It's the first time
We were on
that
the
the
plane.
Cardinals had ever been in the Super Bowl. I mean, all this
Very
great
exciting.
stuff, exciting stuff. You
Ooh la la.
flew down with my kids. You got to know my kids.
I know, it was great.
You come to the game.
Oh, you got great kids.
And you leave at
It was late.
halftime. You leave at halftime of the
that's-
Super Bowl.
That's your point of view, Curtis.
no,
Eugene.
no. That is
You got to
fact.
understand. Okay,
That
look,
is
look how
fact.
I'm doing the show
That
here.
is
Looking at
not
Rich,
my
right?
point.
I'm looking at Rich right now. I was going to do the show, my part of the show in Tampa, and be a satellite and not look at him. And that was bothering me the whole time. We've never done that before. I don't think we're professional enough to pull that off without going,
question.
oh my God, I can't see you right now. Isn't this neat? I can't see you. And then you guys were losing. No offense. And so I thought, if they're
There's
losing.
a reason they play the whole game.
I know, but at this
I
time
know.
there was no way to come back. So I thought, you know what? If I can get home, if I'm sitting there in Tampa doing the show, my part from Tampa, and they lost, it's going to be kind of depressing. If I can get home,
That's
that'd
the
be pretty
back 'em
exciting.
up spirit.
If I get home and they lost the game, then it's a lot more exciting.
Then, I was in a cab and you guys were doing great.
Okay,
On the way back to
but
the
you
airport,
have to
you guys were
expand to
doing-
the fact that your friend is playing in the Super
yeah,
Bowl.
you were great.
You don't know I was great because I wasn't great
I
for the
saw
second half. and you
I
didn't
saw the
watch
highlight
it.
reel afterwards. I saw the stuff. I saw the pass. I saw the crowd go
Everybody
crazy.
saw the highlight reel.
I mean,
You could have
come
been there.
on.
Dude, it was great.
You didn't
Thank
leave
you for
it-
that,
you
too,
didn't
by the
leave
way.
at halftime when
Is
we
it
invited
true?
you guys out to Dancing with the Stars. You didn't leave at halftime.
It couldn't. It couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't.
No, your
yeah.
mom was on the edge. She wouldn't let me get up.
Is it true that you looked to an empty
Come
seat
on.
and go, "Hey, I think that's where Johnjay was sitting"? Man, I
was
could have had a
telling-
great pass. I was going for it all. But
Like Joe Montana, there's a story that he was in the Super Bowl and he saw John Candy in the first row, and so he was pointing it out to his teammates. And I looked like even more of an idiot because I'm like, "Hey, Johnjay, man, this is up." Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Man,
he's
that's
not even
adorable.
here.
Can we talk about the book, please?
Yes, can we please?
Brenda Warner, One Call Away. It's a very good book.
Is it? What's your favorite part?
Do you want to know my favorite part?
The pictures.
Page 55 is my favorite part.
What's on page 55?
Curtis Eugene.
you don't need to know about that.